CA Productions invites you to join us for Coastal Connections with Courtney. This new and exciting television program is designed to showcase wonderful things taking place in South Mississippi. Join Courtney Anderson as she personally takes you on a journey all along the Mississippi Gulf Coast. You'll meet many local leaders, business owners, and interesting people who make a positive difference in these communities. Coastal Connections with Courtney will also showcase a wide variety of great places to eat, shop, and explore. There's so much to see in South Mississippi, so come along for the ride and enjoy Coastal Connections with Courtney.
Hi everyone, and welcome to Coastal Connections with Courtney this Sunday. Here we are in downtown Gulfport, Mississippi. We get the honor to meet and speak with Judge Larry Bourgeois. And welcome to Coastal Connections with Courtney this Sunday. Here we are in downtown Gulfport, Mississippi. Coastal Connections with Courtney has the honor to meet with Judge Larry Bourgeois right here in his office.
Well, it's a pleasure being here with you, Courtney.
It is a pleasure, and I loved coming in. I'm like, Judge Larry Bourgeois, and everybody's like, Judge, Judge, as we walk in here. And it's just such a pleasure to get to sit down with such a well-known, noble man in your position.
Oh, you're too kind. But thank you for those comments. I appreciate it.
Well, Mr. Larry, I would like to hear about you. You know, I know you have a lot of history and a lot of heritage. You're from New Orleans, is that right?
Originally from New Orleans, went to Holy Cross.
Okay.
So did my good friend Butch Osterlet.
Yes.
As well as Kent Nico.
And they're two your really close buddies, aren't they?
Yeah, those are my two friends. And we all went to Holy Cross. We get together on occasion.
And how did you end up in Gulfport?
Well, when my children were very young, my then wife, we decided we wanted to have a better place to raise the children, a more wholesome place.
Sure.
And we came here. I was very fortunate to get the job I wanted. Mr. Cono Caranna gave me an opportunity, and I worked for him as one of his assistants for a number of years, probably 13 and a half, 14 years.
And you were young at that. I mean, you were young starting out, and that was something that really interested you?
I was in my 30s.
Wow.
And I wanted to work in the DA's office because I knew what that was like. And it's a service. It's giving back to the community. And it's also a stepping stone. I always knew I wanted to be in this position.
Yeah, it sounds like he was a big mentor and helped, lead you in this right direction.
He was great. I thought the world of Cono.
So you lived in New Orleans, and were you studying, going through school? Did you always had an eye for the right thing and safety? And
well, I graduated from Loyola.
Oh, wow.
And then went to law school at Loyola.
Okay.
And so I graduated in what that had to be in 78, undergraduate. 81, I graduated from law school.
Very cool.
And then practiced law there for a while until 1995. In 1995, that's when I moved to the coast.
And you moved to the coast. I bet is it a lot different practicing law over in Louisiana, I would think?
It's all about relationships.
Yeah.
It's all, no matter where you are, it's all about relationships. That's what, anything, business, practice the law. I'm sure your dad could tell you that.
Yeah, that's right.
And your grandfather.
Yes, sir. And being the judge, that's such a big responsibility. That's such a noble position, because to get, for us to vote for you, to get elected and trusted in such a trusted servant position, is that a lot of pressure on you and having to live up to that, model? Because all of us, we listen to you.
Well, you have to be, you have to pay attention to what's going on. You really do. But I love it. It's a great job. Never had a better one.
And what exactly do you do? Like, take me through a day of what exactly Judge Bourgeois does on a day. I mean, that's a huge title.
Monday is our docket call.
Okay.
And that's where all the cases are called. We figure out who's pleading guilty, who's going to trial, and then that sets the rest of the week. Now, for years, we need positive reinforcement just like anybody else, the judges.
Yeah.
So I was involved with drug court as the main one for a number of years, and quite frankly, I was getting a little tired, a little burned out, and was ready to let one of the other judges take it over. And then at one of the graduations, I had two mothers separately come up to me and say, I want to thank you. You gave me my daughter back. You gave me my son back.
Wow.
They lied to me. They stole from me. They cursed me. They'd leave at all hours of the night, and I never knew if they were ever coming home alive. And now I go to dinner. We go to movies together. And it's totally changed.
I'm sure that really touched you because you are seeing a situation that could be hopeless, but you're giving them the opportunity.
Well, Courtney, I as I said, I was ready to give it up, and I did it for another 2 or 3 years because of it. That's what motivates you. You feel like you're accomplishing something. You're doing something benefiting the community.
Absolutely.
And if you can do just one, if you can save just one, it's worth it.
Oh, so you're just sitting there and the parents came up and just wanted to thank you for your service, and it was life-changing right here on the coast.
Yes, it was. And it touched me as well.
Yeah.
It touched me as well.
Just to keep going and keep helping.
Yes, ma'am.
So they come in, they get in trouble, and then you give them opportunities to work, to get of service, to try to turn their lives around.
We put them in a drug court.
Okay.
Well, we used to refer to it as a drug court. Now it is the intervention court. Mm-hmm. They have 3 phases. The first phase is they meet every Thursday, and then it usually takes them about a year to complete that phase, and they're randomly drug tested. Mm-hmm. And then they move on to phase 2. Phase 2 would be every other Thursday, and then after that, when they complete that, it's once a month. And if they can do that for a year, so optimal would be 3 years to do the whole thing, to accomplish it. And then we let them go. But you know what the best part is? When they come back. And then not as a defendant or as a participant, they come back to talk to the other people that are in the drug court.
To share their experience and hope?
Exactly. And say, look what happened to me. You know, I dug my way out. I was in a hole and I dug my way out of that hole.
Oh, that makes me want to tear up. And that's what life's about. You think you're at the bottom and it's tough love, somebody like you that's seen the big picture, and you have a second chance, sometimes a third chance.
That's exactly right.
Do you see, like, with the coast growing with young people, is the safety, is it inclining, or is there more trouble and opportunities now?
Well,
with drug court?
There's certainly more opportunities. You know, if they successfully complete the drug court, Courtney, they won't have a conviction. Their record will be wiped clean. It'll be expunged.
Oh, wow.
So that is I always employ them to take advantage of that situation, opportunity, and I always say that to those that are given much, much is expected. So I was always kind of hard on them.
Yeah, like tough love, because you knew their potential.
And if they successfully complete it, great. Wow. And they can get their life back. I tell them they get their life back, but even more so, they get some of their relationships back, because the drugs and alcohol will tear relationships apart.
And families.
Yes.
And I'm sure you see cases every day where you do have, wonderful testimonials where they thank you, but I'm sure some break your heart and you're just like, I couldn't save them.
Oh, you're exactly right.
I mean, that's a big responsibility on you, sitting up there making the big decisions.
And they're hard sometimes. Sometimes they're easy. The hardest ones are the young kids that make mistakes. Do I take a chance on them? Mm-hmm. Because if they make good, oh, it's great, you did a great thing. But if I take a chance on them and give them a break, and then they don't take advantage of it and they get in trouble, who do you think they look for?
Right.
They look for the judge. Why did you do that?
Well, what does inspire you every day? What keeps you in this, this position to make decisions? We all trust and know that you keep us safe every day, and you're looking at the big picture. How do you do that?
Boy, it's very rewarding.
Right.
It's very rewarding. I'm not going to sit here and tell you that I don't have any sleepless nights. There are some sleepless nights where you basically thinking, gee, I hope I did the right thing.
Yeah.
So. But I love it. It keeps you active, involved in the community, and that's what it's all about, is getting the community to better itself.
Well, that's one of the things. Just when I came in here, everybody's like shaking hands and Judge. You're very warm to everyone, and I have always been intrigued and a little intimidated by the judge. I mean, and we have a few more minutes of this episode, but this segment. But you're everywhere. You have an adorable wife. You have a big family. I think it's blended, and I would love to get to know more about what you do when you're not having this big, responsibility on your shoulders, because I know you're involved in multiple organizations doing service, but also Mardi Gras, having a great time.
Absolutely, got to have fun.
Exactly. Yes, enjoying the Coast Heritage.
And I've got my babies, I call them, all my little dogs, and I've got Leslie and I have 3.
I know.
We've got 2 Cavaliers and 1 Yorkie.
Well, I want to hear more about that, Judge, and you have a very interesting life, but you always enjoy life to the fullest with you and your beautiful wife, Leslie, and I'd like to hear what you do around the coast and, what y'all do to live life like that.
Well, if you look around here, you obviously could say I am a sports nut.
I see that.
Love the Tigers. They didn't do so well to start the season this year.
I know, this weekend.
But, I'm just a sports nut.
Well, listen, let's take our break. I want to hear about this. And anyway, thank you for sitting down with us, and we will be right back.
It's a pleasure.
Visit the Gulf Coast's newest casino.
Come in today and experience the beautiful smoke-free Beachview Casino.
Pick your game. We have your favorite slots and table games and a sports book.
Enjoy incredible views while you dine at one of our many restaurants.
And grab a drink while you enjoy live entertainment every weekend in the heart of the action.
The Gulf Coast's newest, the smoke-free Beachview Casino Resort, Gulfport.
Thank you for calling J. Allen Toyota Service.
This is what happens when you set an appointment at J. Allen Toyota Service. We will order the part right then, so it'll be here when your appointment comes. Our greeter staff will greet you quickly and friendly and top off your fluids before your car even leaves the drive. Then your car will go to one of our 6 two-man express teams or one of our 10 certified technicians so they can get you back on the road safely and quickly. This is service the way it should be at J. Allen Toyota Service.
Experience Mazda now at Bourgeois Select Mazda in Gulfport. We have select new Mazda inventory on the lot now. Mazda, CX-9, CX-5, CX-30, and Miata. Visit us today on Airport Road in Gulfport.
beacon of healing, resolute and consistent, determined. We are problem solvers, driven to overcoming obstacles, unshakable. We are prepared, capable, experienced, unbeatable. We are a network of people providing care throughout your lifetime. We are believers in the healing power of compassion. We are Memorial.
Okay, Judge Larry, now we're back. So I believe you were starting to tell me you're an LSU Tiger fan?
Love the Tigers.
You do?
Love the Tigers. Grew up with LSU football.
Yeah.
You know, if you grow up in Louisiana, that's where you want to go play ball.
Yeah, and LSU fans, they're serious business.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, they take the Tigers seriously.
They do, they do.
But, you know, I want to say this, too. You know, I moved over here permanently in the mid-'90s, but I've always had contact with the coast. When I was a child, we spent every summer, we would start our summer at the Broadwater Beach, and we would end our summer at the Broadwater Beach. And it was not only my immediate family, my parents and my sister, but it was aunts and uncles and grandparents and all the cousins, and we'd all get together, and it was at least a week each time. And we went somewhere else during the summer, but we always had started and ended summer at the Broadwater Beach, which the Broadwater Beach, I don't know if some of the younger people are going to know it, but that was the premier resort on the Gulf Coast. And I don't mean Mississippi's Gulf Coast. I mean the entire Gulf Coast.
Really?
It was fantastic.
Well, so the seeds started getting planted. You started getting the coast, you know,
Yes,
and
ma'am.
being kind of like, I like it. You liked the water. You seem like, do you do things with the water now on your time off?
I spend most of my time, I've got two cars. Two
you sure do.
Classic cars. I've got an old Corvette and a Thunderbird. The Thunderbird was a 1955 Thunderbird.
Yeah.
And, you know, one of the stories I always think is pretty funny about it, you know, sometimes I got to go, when I go get gas, it'll take me 20 minutes because people want to look at it and talk about it. But I stopped at a red light, and this fellow rolled his window down, and he says, "Oh, car looks great, but I got to tell you, Suzanne Summers looked better in it than you."
No.
And that's a true story. And the vet.
What color's the vet?
Yeah, I'd say it's maroon, but Chevrolet says it's dark Corvette red.
Oh, fun.
But that was my car.
So do you get Leslie and y'all go cruise around?
Oh, yeah.
How fun.
We go, you know, she'll put on what do you call those things? The little skirt?
Yeah.
Not a hoop skirt, but, whatever, you know, the poodle skirt. That's what it is, a poodle skirt.
That is delicious. So do y'all do cruise in the coast? That's coming up.
Absolutely.
Yes,
It's
I'm
coming
excited.
up.
I'm
That's
doing that
always a
show
fun
coming
time.
up soon. So
Always
I'm
a
sure
fun
I'll
time.
have some pictures of you and Leslie.
It made the Sun Herald about 4 years ago.
Did it?
Parked in front of the courthouse in Hancock County. So it's a good hobby.
Well, listen, what all boards do you do, and what do you think are important and influential for like young leaders to start? Like, if people want to be and aspire to be where you are, you have to start somewhere.
Well, the one, you know, as a judge, I can't raise money anymore.
Okay.
So I can't do that.
So you can't be on the boards.
Correct.
Oh,
I'll
that
tell you
makes perfect sense.
What I used to do, my big one was the Heart Association.
Okay.
I don't remember now. It was a number of years. Me and Tim Howman would be auctioneers. And we would auction off things for people to benefit the Heart Association.
Kind of like an MC type deal? I could see that you've got that charismatic personality.
And Tim and I would feed off each other.
Oh, yes, yes. I love it. And you have a pretty big family, don't you? You and Leslie together, y'all have about...
Well, she's got 2 sons, and I've got 3 children. Reed's my oldest,
Yes.
Reed she's got a birthday coming up.
She does.
You know, and
Beautiful
my
girl.
son, thank you. And my son is he's the youngest. They were born 5 years apart on the same day. It's just the way God sent them. And my middle child is Elizabeth. Now Reed is in Washington D.C. and she's been working on some political campaigns, national political campaigns. Elizabeth is here. She has 3 children. And let's see, Lawrence is in Florida. Lawrence is everywhere. He's in Florida. He's in Hawaii. He's in Texas. Well, yeah, he's everywhere. Let me also mention I have my wife's 2 sons. Lee, who is the oldest, who's involved in insurance in Hattiesburg, and Eric is a lawyer on the coast. So we do have a blended family, but everybody gets along, and we all get together for the holidays, and it's quite a full house when they do.
Yes, and similar interests. I bet y'all have great table conversation.
Yeah, they all want my car.
I bet they do. You've got quite the toys, you and Leslie.
They come with the toys, and
well, y'all got an outstanding family. It sounds like they have similar interests in you, your children. And, you know, a lot of my friends now, and I've been called and looking more into it, how important is it for people that are watching and young people to get into jury duty and the volunteer things around, you know, around the coast that you have led so well?
Well, I feel very strongly about the jury service. That's the duty and the responsibility of the citizens. That's where people come to settle their legal disputes, and we need the good and lawful people to serve. Now, I can tell you a number of people, they try to get out of it, and I don't let them out, and then they end up serving, and then they want to know, can I volunteer to do this? This is great.
They end up loving it.
Yes, especially when they have to serve on the jury, on the grand jury, because that sits for 6 months. And you get to learn what's going on in the community. And it's not all good.
Yeah.
There's a lot of good goes on in this community, but just like as it grows, there's some bad things too.
And do you feel, as the developments come in and as we're growing as the coast, how do you feel that all of that is, you know, flowing with that? Do you think we're doing well, or it's more cautious?
I think we're doing very well.
I do too.
We're doing great. Coast is doing well. I don't know what else to say. It's growing in leaps and bounds. You know, hopefully we attract good people to the coast.
And I believe we are. I think all the people visiting and each person, you know, doing their job and being passionate about it and adhering to the coast, they're getting it. They're enjoying the hospitality. You know, the southern.
And they don't leave. They come here, they enjoy it, and then they just stay.
I know. I'm seeing all these like just cool people. They're like, oh, just moved here, and you know, people traveling, settling in Pass Christian now. I mean, we've got so much to offer.
Well, you know, in Bay St. Louis, they used to refer to it as East New Orleans.
Yeah. Do you feel that way? Like, can you see the same vibes?
Yeah, there's a lot of New Orleans people moving to Bay St. Louis, and that's the way it was before the storm, and it's coming back now.
Yeah.
But people are recovering from Katrina, and they're investing back on the coast.
That's great.
You know, summer homes, and many of them move. They retire and move. You know, like I said earlier, I had coastal connections when I was a child.
Yeah.
Coming over here.
With the Broadway, but that was like y'all's time, the week, and you started loving it.
Absolutely, and Miss Jo W. Brown had some horses she used to run over there, and the reason I know about that is, see, when I was in grade school, I went to the Catholic school.
Okay.
And we would get off of school on, I think it was like Tuesday and Thursday at noon. Well, when the horses were running, my mother would pick me up and we'd go racetrack.
Oh, those are good memories.
Very fond memories of that.
Yeah, how old were you then? Just like
grade school, so, you know, I was, you know, 6, 7, 8 years old. I guess it's from 6 to maybe 10, 11.
Yeah.
And got involved in the horses, and Miss Brown always had, and she had good horses too.
Yeah. Well, Mr. Larry, okay, so you're working, you have a family, you have cool cars, you've got a fun life. Where do you hang out around here? You go to Bay St. Louis sometimes? Do you go to Ocean Springs? They call it the Secret Coast.
Absolutely. I go all over the coast, from Ocean Springs all the way to Waveland.
In your cool cars.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Let the tops off and let's go.
I know, and you hear a lot of people in positions like you and all your buddies that you're good friends with, obviously, prominent leaders. Sometimes they refer to us as the Secret Coast, but I feel like people are starting to catch on as the development goes, and people starting to reside in Pass Christian and Bay St. Louis, getting the New Orleans aura. And I'm very grateful to live here, and we're grateful to have a judge like you.
So am I. So am I. I am grateful to be here. You know, it's a great place to live.
It is.
And I've lived a charmed life. I
feel very
fortunate.
Hospitality, you know, Southern gentlemen, and we've got drug court. We've got a lot of opportunities that if we do have some situations, there are good people out there that are going to listen, give you the benefit of the doubt, and say there is a solution, but you got to do the work. And
that's the operative word, is work.
It is.
Nothing comes easy.
In life.
Nothing.
And it doesn't get easier, does it?
No.
That's what my dad said one time. He's like, you get stronger, but it doesn't get easier. I was like, oh, gosh.
Right. He's exactly right.
But, I mean, it's true. People like you and, you know, Mr. Kent and, you know, your good friends, y'all all are leaders. But you admit it's not always easy, but you just keep on trucking.
Yes, ma'am. You know, nobody succeeds in life.
Yes, sir.
Without having help from someone else.
Yeah.
And you should return that and help them, help other people.
Right. Well, you're a good person, and I just loved getting to know you. I enjoy going to Chimneys with you and Leslie, our beautiful family, and I'm honored to get to know and call a judge my friend.
Oh, it's a pleasure. all mine.
On good terms.
The pleasure's all mine. All mine.
I know. Well, thank you so much.
Thank you.
I appreciate
Thank you. Thank you.
And thank you, everyone, for tuning in another Sunday. And thank you for watching Judge Larry. And we have appreciated your time, and we'll see you next Sunday.